And welcome back to Mike Carter Field, Game 2 of the doubleheader. This one's real baseball. We're playing 9. Umpires took their time between games. Coaches were looking around wondering if they were ever going to show back up. We do have lineups for you, so let's go through the starting lineups as the coaches exchange lineup cards at home plate. For the Murray State Aggies, they are the visitors here in Game 2. They are 15-13 overall. They're led by head coach Sam Borling. Here's the lineup Coach Borling has jotted on his lineup card. Leading off is the center fielder Garrick Octavio, batting second. Third baseman Jonathan Brandon. Batting third, the catcher Austin Garrett. Batting cleanup, Jake Gray, the first baseman. Batting fifth, left fielder Matt McElwain. Batting sixth, DH Wyatt Marr. Batting seventh, right fielder Chris Lopez. Batting eighth, the shortstop Javier Luna. And batting ninth for the Aggies, Mason Brinkley, the second baseman. On the mound for the Aggies, Reagan Dodd, right-handed sophomore from Medill, Oklahoma. For the Apaches, here's what their lineup looks like this. Ty Meisner leads off at third. Heath Hood in left field, bats second. Second baseman Eric Owen bats third. First baseman Mike Morissette will bat cleanup. Miguel Vega back in that 5 spot as the DH. Jacob Johnson batting sixth in center field. Fiver Trimble gets the nod in right field, batting seventh. Cade Watson back behind the plate, batting eighth. And Bryce Coveney back at shortstop and batting ninth for the Apaches. On the mound for the Apaches, Peyton Miller getting his first start of the year. So Miller will get the start for the Apaches. Back on in their black uniforms, the white outline Apaches on the chest. Black ball caps with the gold and white tee on the front. Got the black stirrups today. Aggies stay in their all grays for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Got the gray ball caps with the blue bill. Got the MS logo on the front. And the Murray in blue letters across the front chest. Defensively for the Apaches, Heath Hood in left, Jacob Johnson in center, Fiver Trimble out in right. Ty Meisner at third, Bryce Coveney at short, Eric Owen at second, Michael Morissette at first. Cade Watson behind the plate on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Bullard, Texas, 6'1" and 170, Peyton Miller. Miller gets the start for the Apaches. For Peyton Miller, this is his 9th appearance of the season. It is his first start of the year. He is 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA. He has not given up an earned run yet. 13 innings pitched in those 8 appearances, 22 strikeouts, and just 4 walks. Peyton Miller will get the start here in Game 2. First game was a 5-0 7-inning win for the Apaches. This one will be a 9-inning game as Miller takes his warm-up tosses to get ready for this one. The Apaches 26-6 after the Game 1 win, led by 10th-year head coach Doug Wren. First game was an hour and 53 minutes. 7-inning ball game. Outstanding pitching performance by Christian Grigsby. And Mitchell Lee came on to throw a scoreless 7th inning to secure the shutout. 5-0 victory in Game 1. We're ready to go with Game 2 here as Miller has taken his warm-up tosses, and striding to home plate is the center fielder Garrick Octavio. Octavio 0 for 3 in the opener. Popped up to short, struck out looking, and grounded out to first base. Got a couple of new faces in the lineup for the Aggies. Shortstop is Javier Luna. Actually, he might be the only new guy juggling of the lineup with some of the other players. First pitch misses. It's 1-0. We're underway at 3:35. Next pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Miller, in 13 innings of relief work this year, has struck out 22 and walked just 4. 1-1 pitch, misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Apache's currently on a 5-game winning streak. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. 2-1 pitch and a line shot right at Eric Owen. Out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down. Here's Jonathan Brandon. Brandon batted right in the middle of the lineup in game 1 in the 5 spot. He was 0 for 2 with a walk. Grounded back the pitcher, grounded out to second base. So he's looking for his first hit of the day. The Aggies were held to 1 hit in that ball game. A 5-0 win for the Apaches. Jake Gray was the only Aggie to get a hit. He is back in the cleanup spot. He's playing first base here in game 2. 1-0 pitch is in there, and it's 1-1. Miller with the hands in front of the face gets the sign. Into the windup, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch coming up. Just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the high fastball. First strikeout of the ball game for Peyton Miller. And that'll bring up Austin Garrett. Garrett was the DH in the opener, and he was 0 for 2 with a walk. Grigsby and Lee combined for 9 strikeouts in the opening ball game. 8 of those were courtesy of Christian Grigsby, and Mitchell Lee struck out the last batter of the ball game. Only walked 2 Aggies, so really efficient pitching for Grigsby and Lee. 1-0 pitch, outside corner, 1-1. Apaches were only able to muster 5 hits in the opener. No one Apache had more than 1 hit. 1-1 pitch, just missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, Mr. Umpire's still warming up too. Trying to find his zone. 2 outs, nobody aboard. We're in the top of the first of the second game of a doubleheader. Pitch missed high. 3-1. Murray State out of Region 2 in the NJCAA. They are a Division II program, which means they're allowed to offer tuition, book, and fee scholarships. Strike 2, outside corner. Austin Garrett had tossed his bat aside and was about to start running to first. Always good to let the umpire make his call before you do that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Peyton Miller from the windup. Check swing, and did he go? Did not go, ball 4. Ball appeared to be a good pitch, but it was called a ball. There goes the perfect game. First walk of the inning, first walk of the game for Peyton Miller. Here's Jake Gray now. First time here in game 2. Gray was only got the only hit in the opener, 1 for 3, and his single to left field was the only hit of the ball game. He struck out the other 2 times up. So he was 1 for 3 in the opener. First pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Game time temperature 71 degrees, south-southwesterly at 10 miles an hour. That's across the field from right to left. Humidity staying pretty humid at 70%. That ball's fouled off over towards the what may one day be a batting cage. We're not sure. It's been. They started that about 3 months ago, and it's just kind of sitting there. So maybe just cleared some trees, and hopefully they'll finish that over the summer. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Miller. And it's a 0 on the board for the Aggies. The Apaches will come to the plate for their half of inning number 1 when we return. All right, let's go ahead and go back through the Apache lineup. Leading off, third baseman Ty Meisner. Then it's Heath Hood, Eric Owen, Mike Morissette, Vega, Johnson, Trimble, and then Watson and Coveney. Defensively for the Aggies from Murray State. Out in left field, Matt McElwain, Garrick Octavio back in center, Chris Lopez back in right field. Jonathan Brandon is back at third base. The new shortstop is Javier Luna. He did not play in game 1. Mason Brinkley back at second, and the catcher, actually the DH, the catcher Jake Gray has moved from catcher to first base. Garrett Austin was the DH. He's now behind the plate for the Aggies. And on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Madill, Oklahoma, 6'2" and 220, Reagan Dodd. Dodd will get the start here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Dodd is 2-1 with a 2.42 ERA. It's his 7th appearance of the year, his 3rd start. He has thrown 26 innings, striking out 31 and walking 5. And leading off for the Apaches here in inning number 1 is Ty Meisner. Meisner was 0 for 2 in the opener. He did walk and score a run. First pitch. Missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodd, the big right-hander, 6'2", 220. First couple of warm-ups were to the screen. Base hit through the hole. There goes the no-hitter. So Meisner's aboard with his first hit of the day, and here's Heath Hood. Heath Hood was 1 for 3 in the opener. An RBI single to left. He scored a run as well. So now from the stretch, Reagan Dodd, the sophomore from Madill, Oklahoma. First pitch. Boy, big leg kick on that one. We'll see if he stays with that big leg kick or not. If he does, there's no way you're going to have a chance to throw out runners. He's going to have to either vary his looks, do a little slide step. There's a pick attempt, and Meisner back. Here's the 1-0. Little tapper to first. And you think about going to second, and you finally do flip it over to Dodd at first. That's Jake Gray over there. He initially thought about going to second base, but by the time he did, it was too late. Meisner was already there. So it'll go as a fielder's choice, 3-1 if you're scoring at the house. And that'll bring up Eric Owen with Meisner at second and 1 out. Eric Owen, 1 for 2 in the opener. Infield single and a fly out to right to go with being hit by a pitch. He did get a stolen base in game 1, added to his team leading. That made 22 steals on the year for Owen. It's got to be among the leaders in the country in JCAA. I'm going to see if we can find that out. By the way, the Apaches in the latest poll at the number 1 spot, Cumberland 2, Gloucester 3, Herkimer 4, Niagara 5, Northampton 6, Brookdale 7, Northlake out of Texas 8, Rock Valley out of Illinois 9, and Bergen out of New Jersey 10. So Apaches back atop the Division III rankings here, the latest poll to come out. Let's see here. Got to believe that 20-some steals is going to be among the leaders. 24, kid from Richland. Eric Owen, second in the country. It says 23, I'm not sure. I guess we already uploaded. Did he get 2 bags in the first game? Yeah, I got just 1, and well, I may have not refreshed my stats here. Out of play, 1 and 2. Somehow he got 2 steals in that first game because he went from 21 to 23. I may have missed one. I don't know. Anyways, his 23 steals are second in the country. As a young man named Windish over at Richland is at 24. Santos from Camden, that's a New Jersey school, 23. So he's among the tops in the nation with 23 steals. 1-2 pitch off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eric Owen. First time at the plate here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Going to play a real baseball game, 9 innings here in the nightcap. Meisner at second with 1 away. It's a 2-2 count. Reagan Dodd, the sophomore from Medill, Oklahoma, working here in the first. The next 2-2 pitch popped up. Is this going to stay in play? The catcher, Austin Garrett, just runs out of room. That wind just drifted that ball just over the netting and into the seating area right below us. Well, we've had some folks check in. I'm falling a little behind on this here. The Millers watching from Midland. Appreciate that. Granddad Richard. Darla rooting for the Apaches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 1. We're still scoreless. And the pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. McElwain's got plenty of room, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So that'll bring up Michael Morissette. First time here in Game 2. In the opener, Morissette 0 for 2. He struck out twice, but he did have a sacrifice fly in which drove a ball to the warning track and right and scored a run. He was up there with the bases loaded and nobody out. And a deep fly ball into the teeth of the wind. Lopez caught it on the warning track, and all three runners moved up a spot, so did his job in that at-bat. The other two at-bats he struck out, looking both times. Foul ball down in the bullpen area on the left field side. The Aggies in the third base side of the ballpark, third base dugout, and the third base bullpen. The Apaches, as they always are here at Mike Carter, in the first base dugout. No balls and one strike to Michael Morissette. Reagan Dodd from the stretch. Oh, 1 pitch. Morissette way out in front, 0-2. Two outs. An 0-2 count on Morissette. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. Here's the 1-2. About a 57-foot pitch there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces Wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Line shot, 1 hop at Gray at first. He knocks it down. Morissette's safe. I don't know. I can go either way on that. I'm going to give it an error. I'm a little surprised that Gray didn't actually just block that ball. Went off his glove, and by the time Morissette got to first base, nobody could reach the ball that had trickled away. So Meisner goes over to third on the error. Here's Miguel Vega for the first time. Vega got a big 2-out, 2-run single in that 4-run third inning. He was 1 for 3, but he made that 1-hit count. 2 RBI single for Vega in game 1. Out in front of the off speed. 1 strike on Vega. First and third, 2 away. Apaches and the Aggies finishing up their 3-game series here at Mike Carter. Apaches won yesterday's ball game 4-0. 0-1 pitch. And there's another base hit, RBI, another 2-out RBI for Miguel Vega, 1-0 Apaches. It's the same thing he did in game 1. Got the 2-out single in that same spot. And the Apaches take the early lead. Here's Jacob Johnson now, first time in the ball game. And Johnson in game 1, 1 for 3. Infield single, did have a stolen base. And he scored a run. 2 outs and 2 on now for the Apaches. Fastball misses, ball 1. Murray State 15-13 on the year. The Apaches 26-6. One-0 pitch fouled off, back off to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the sun is trying to ease its way through the pretty low cloud deck that was here earlier. Gradually lightening up a bit. Here's the 1-1. Fouled straight back into the net. We'll do it again. Davis Page tuning in, former Apache, part of that 07 championship team. Okay, now that's Harlow checking in. Yeah, well, just a little correction on that. Davis has now stepped down as an assistant at Richland. One of our former players was an assistant coach at Richland the last couple of years. He has taken another position. But appreciate Michael checking in there. Okay, so Miss Moore is asking where Robert Ellis is, former pitching coach for Murray State. Robert is the head high school coach at Rusk now. His son Duke is the center fielder for the Texas Longhorns. Get to see Duke watch him on the Longhorn Network every once in a while when he's actually, I don't know, his last night stole home. His dad just sent me a text between games showing Duke steal home plate last night. He's a center fielder for, and the last time I checked, he was leading off for the Longhorns. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. So, 1 run for the Apaches here in the first inning on 2 hits. They leave 2 guys on. That'll be the first strikeout of the ball game for Reagan Dodd. And we'll head to the second inning. Your new score for Mike Carter Field: the Apaches 1 and the Aggies 0. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. 5, 6, and 7 for the Aggies from Murray State. Matt McElwain will lead it off for the Aggies. 1-0 Apaches. Playing a 9-inning ball game here in Game 2. First pitch from Peyton Miller, getting his first start of the year. Strike 1. Sophomore from Bullard. About 20 minutes south of Tyler. Oh, 1 pitch is in there, strike 2. Matt McElwain, a sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, went to Southwest Christian High School. 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. 3rd strikeout for Peyton Miller. And here is Wyatt Marr, the DH. Wyatt Marr, a sophomore from Frisco Wakeland High School over in the Metroplex. Swing and a miss. Miller starting to heat it up a bit. Well, we've seen Miller out of the bullpen. Be interesting to see how long that Coach Ruppenthal decides to let him go here today as a starter. 0-1 pitch. Foul tip. Can't quite catch up to that Texas heat. 0-2. Pitch, and there's about a 57-footer from Peyton Miller. Ball hit way out in front of the plate. We've also heard from Wales, Maine. Mr. Lavoie, Michael Morissette's uncle, saying hello from Wales, Maine. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate the nice comments from Mr. Harlow. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 consecutive strikeouts to start the second inning. That's 4 strikeouts already for Peyton Miller. Here's Chris Lopez, the right fielder. Lopez 0 for 2 in the opener. Flew out to right, struck out looking. Lopez, a sophomore from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. It's also a transfer from Dyersburg State College. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Miller with the windup. Called a strike. It's 1-2. Dyersburg State Community College is in Dyersburg, Tennessee. I was intrigued by that one. 1-2 pitch, swung and a miss. He struck out the side. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Peyton Miller. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. It's still 1-0 Tyler. Seven, 8, and 9 for the Apaches here as we go to the bottom of inning number 2. They won the opener 5-0. They're ahead in this one 1-0. Fiver Trimble, first at bat of the day, did not play in game 1. First pitch swinging, pops it up, and I think that's going to get over our heads. Bang, right on top of me. 0-1. I'll be curious to see. Wonder if the gutter system still works up here. I don't want to think about how many times I've climbed up on this roof in 17 years of coaching here. They have a gutter system where the foul balls are supposed to roll back, go into the gutter, and come right out by the concession stand. Here's a little, you look down there, there's a hole with a little pipe coming out of it. Yeah. And I don't know if they still got that or not. They've redone the nets out here, and they're nicer than they were, but we used to have a net that went straight up that actually would block a lot of those balls that go flying over the ballpark. So, 2 balls and a strike to Fiver. It's another pop-up. That's going to get off to the left side. And, boy, I don't know. Almost put the Avalon in jeopardy there. Right-handed hitters usually don't hit it that way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trimble, the sophomore from White House High School, just about 10 minutes south of Tyler. Fouls that one off, stays alive. Fiver's father was at A&M when I was down there coaching. Makes me feel pretty old. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the right side, well out of play. We'll do it again. Good at bat here by Fiver, hanging tough. Against the right-handed sophomore from Madill, Oklahoma, Reagan Dodd. 2-1 on the year. Dodd's 7th appearance in his 3rd start. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Snagged by Brandon. Throws across, 1 out. So 1 up and 1 down. Here's Cade Watson, the catcher. Watson in the opener was 0 for 2. Did lay down a sacrifice bunt, but did not get a hit in the opener. Watson, the sophomore catcher from Nacogdoches. Played at Central Heights. I'd be curious to know. I'm going to bet he may have played for Robert Ellis. Robert Ellis, who was mentioned earlier on some of the live chats here, head coach at Rusk High School, was that pitching coach at Murray State last year. Played in the big leagues. Was on the 0-1 Diamondbacks. Got a ring. He was the 5th starter on that team. Little looper into right field, base hit. So first hit of the day for Cade Watson. And the Apaches with a 1-out single. That'll bring up Bryce Coveney. Coveney, 0 for 2 in the opener. Did reach base 1 time via the walk. So there was someone asking about Coach Ellis, that he was the pitching coach last year for the Aggies, coaching down at Rusk High School. His professional career included a stint with the Rangers. Ground ball to third. Nice play on the backhand by Jonathan Brandon. He throws across, and there's 2 away. That was not an easy play. Brandon took that ball right over the bag on the backhand side, fielded it cleanly, and made a strong throw. So back to the top we go. Here's Ty Meisner. Meisner scored the only run of this game so far. Base hit to left field. Vega drove him in with a base hit to left of his own. So he's 1 for 1 in this one. First pitch is low, and you go to third, you throw, and he's going to be out by a mile. So Watson took a chance on a ball in the dirt, and he's thrown out stealing 2-5. That'll end the inning, and we'll go to the 3rd inning. It's still 1-0 Tyler. First at bat of the day for Javier Luna. 8-9-1 for the Aggies. In the top of the third, we're playing 9 here in the nightcap. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. Well, let's see. We've heard from a couple of new people. The Whitaker family watching from Conroe, Texas. Appreciate them checking in. Rooting for Peyton. And heard from Miss Miller as well. Appreciate all the check-ins on the live chat. Keep them coming. We're talking about former Aggie pitching coach Robert Ellis, who's now the head coach at Rusk High School here in Texas. His major league career had a number of stints with different major league clubs, including the Texas Rangers. Two balls, one strike. He was my pitching coach the year we won the national championship in 2007. And that pitch is going to catch the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Javier Luna, the shortstop here in Game 2, at the plate. Peyton Miller back on the mound. He has struck out 5 Aggies in 2 innings of work. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, second base. Owen scoots over, makes the catch, throws it over, 1 away. During that 2007 season, Robert Ellis took a job with the New York Mets as one of their minor league pitching coaches. Worked with the top prospects down in the Florida League and was with them for a couple of years, and then came back to Texas as a high school coach. Was a head coach at Central Heights for a number of years. That's why I wonder if Cade Watson played for Robert. I think he might have. The timing would have been about right, I believe. That's where Duke played. His son is at the University of Texas now. 0-1 pitch inside. Almost got him. This is Mason Brinkley. Brinkley in the opener, 0 for 2. He did walk. He batted in the 2 spot in the opener. He's down in the 9 spot here in Game 2. 1-1 pitch. That gets away from Watson. And it's 2-1. 1 out, nobody aboard. 1-0 Apaches in the top of inning number 3. Peyton Miller, the right-handed sophomore from Bullard, really done a nice job so far. Boy, just missed inside. Three balls and a strike. Miller has walked 1, albeit it was a really close pitch. Walked Austin Garrett in the first inning. Ground ball to third on the big hop. This is Meisner. High throw, but Morissette at big 6'5" frame reaches up and makes the grab. There's the benefit of having a big, tall first baseman. Ball kind of sailed on Ty Meisner, but Morissette able to gather it in. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup we go. This is Garrick Octavio. He lined out to Eric Owen to open the ball game, 0 for 1. Shows bunt, pulls back, 1-0. Octavio comes into the doubleheader. 280 average, 3 doubles, and 11 RBI on the year. 1-0 pitch. This is high, 2-0. Ground ball, right side. Morissette flags it, flips it over to Miller, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. Another nice inning from Peyton Miller. And we're through 2.5 innings. It's 1-0. Tyler leads it. The Apaches will go back to the top of their lineup when we come back for the top of the third. The score's 1-0. Welcome back to Tyler's Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas, about a mile inside the West Loop. Back to the top of the Tyler lineup, Meisner, Ty Meisner, Heath Hood, and Eric Owen scheduled to hit for the Apaches. Line shot up the middle, base hit. Meisner 2 for 2. And the Apaches with the leadoff batter aboard for the second time in 3 innings. Here's Heath Hood. Grounded out to first base his first time up. Well, it looks like we got a couple of Sweet 16 teams going. LSU on to the Sweet 16, Michigan State, Gonzaga, Florida State, Michigan. Games going on right now. And my Buckeyes play a little later on this afternoon. First pitch in there, I'm not too optimistic. They play Houston. Houston's pretty good this year. This is Heath Hood. Heath Hood leading the Apaches with a .403 batting average. 31 of 77. Apaches batting average gradually creeping up close to that 300 mark. They're at 291 as a club right now. No balls and 1 strike to Hood. Well, you can just see Meisner looking for a chance to take second base. We noted earlier that Reagan Dodd has a big old leg kick. We'll see this runner at first base, whether he keeps it with the high kick every pitch or if he changes it up. Huge leg kick. Ground ball to third. Could be 2. 5, 4, 3 double play. That was easy. Brandon to Brinkley to Gray. 2 outs. Boy, that fell right into Jonathan Brandon's glove. That thing was a high shot. He just took 1 step in, right to him. Made a good feed to Mason Brinkley, and Brinkley a good relay on to Jake Gray. So that erases the base runner. And with 2 outs and nobody aboard, here's Eric Owen. He flew out to left his first time up. First pitch just misses inside, ball 1. Owen, 344 on the year. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 21 RBI. That's second on the team. Morissette now with 27. Our next pitch is in there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the third, it's 1-0 Apaches. Pitch missed inside. One 4-0 for the Apaches. 0-0-1 for the Aggies from Murray State College. Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Boy, Coach Borling is coming halfway to home plate on a ball and strike call. If he doesn't get tossed here, I don't know what this is about. There's no way you allow this to happen. I don't know what happened on that last pitch, but something got Coach Borling so upset. He came out, and I don't know. This umpire at home plate showing great restraint, because normally if you come out and there was nothing to call, there's nothing to argue except a ball or a strike. And Mr. Umpire wagging his finger at Coach Borling. He'll go back to the dugout. I don't know how you get away with that. At some point when you come out and he was pointing to the plate and everything else. Normally, I'm a little surprised he's still in the ballpark. 3-1 pitch, well hit but foul down the left field line and right into that Aggie bullpen. Three balls, 2 strikes. Well, actually, I think he just held up one finger, didn't he? 3-1. And there's ball 4. We'll never know. And it's a 2-out walk to Owen. And that's the first walk of the day for Reagan Dodd. Here's Michael Morissette. Morissette reached on an error by the first baseman his first time up. Called a strike. Actually, he swung at it. That ball was low, but Morissette could not hold up. And it's 0-1. Reagan Dodd on for his third inning of work. And struck out one Apache and was walked one. 0-1 pitch to Morissette off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs and 1 aboard. Well, Owen at first. You know he's looking for a chance to steal second here. He's got a big lead, so he may go with the traditional break here. With as big a leg kick as this guy's got, he can afford to do that. And another step and a dive. Boy, that's close. That throw brought the first baseman, Gray, into the runner, so that was closer than it would have been if it had been a perfect throw, because Gray had to reach across his body and almost into Owen's body. Fly ball, center field, actually left center, and McElwain was shaded that way, and he takes a couple of steps to his left and makes the grab. F7 if you're scoring at the house. So the leadoff single is wiped away by the double play, and the fly ball ends the inning. We'll go to the 4th inning, playing 9 here in the nightcap. It's 1-0 Apaches. All right, well, we've gone to the bullpen for the first time. The Apaches will shut Peyton Miller down after 3 innings, working through 43 pitches, struck out 5 batters, and has not given up a hit, or did not give up a hit. It'll be Michael Spinozzi's turn, 6'1" and 195, right-handed sophomore from South Lake, Texas. For Michael Spinozzi, 3-1 on the year with a 1.02 ERA. His 14th appearance of the year, all out of the bullpen. 17 2/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts to just 5 walks for Spinozzi. Sophomore from South Lake, Texas. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Brandon, Garrett, and Gray, 2, 3, and 4. Scheduled to come to home plate for the Murray State Aggies here in the top of the 4th. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. sun trying to creep out now. As for the most part, it's been a cloudy day. We had a really low cloud deck when we started the doubleheader, and it's gradually broken apart, and now we actually have some sunshine. 1-1 pitch. Tapper and Spinozzi grabs it, flips it over to Morissette, 1 away. That'll bring up Austin Garrett. Garrett walked his first time up. Coming into the doubleheader, Garrett 346 on the year. 7 doubles, 6 home runs, 29 RBI was good for the club lead as we started today's games. First pitch in there, strike 1. Mentioned earlier, Garrett among the leaders in his region at the Division II level in home runs with those 6 homers. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. This is Coveney. Little shuffle step, throws over, and there's 2 away. Good hustle down the line by Austin Garrett. Coveney took a little extra shuffle there, and that play was closer than I thought it was going to be. Here's the first baseman, Jake Gray, struck out swinging to end inning number 1, 0 for 1 in this one. On the year, coming into the doubleheader, Gray 276 average. Way out in front of an all-speed, it's 0-1. Gray's got 3 doubles and a homer, 16 RBI. 0-1. This is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So it looks as though Apache's going to split this game up with a number of pitchers as Spinozzi takes over here in the 4th. Kind of a lazy swing at that one. Pops it out of play. And just into the bleachers to our right, first base side. Somebody snagged it on the 1-hop. Somebody got some cheers down in those bleachers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, and nobody out here in the 4th. We're at the cleanup spot for the Aggies from Murray State. Michael Spinozzi, his first inning of relief, just off the plate. He thought he had strike 3, and so did half the Apache defenses. In unison, we're taking a step or 2 toward the dugout and put on the brakes. Now you got Deuces Wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Line shot, caught at third base by Meisner. Had to jump up and climb the ladder, and he did so. L5 ends the inning. And that's it for the Aggies here in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. Your line score for Murray State, no runs on no hits. 1 error for the Aggies. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Your score remains Tyler Junior College 1, Murray State 0. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field on a warm and kind of muggy day. Here's 71 degrees, 70% humidity. Suavemente, Miguel Vega steps in. Second time in the ball game. 1-for-1. Pop up on the first pitch. Center field, well hit. Drifting back is Octavio. A couple of steps in front of the warning track. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Jacob Johnson. Struck out swinging back in the first inning. 0-for-1. Jacob Johnson, 301 for the year. 14 doubles, leads the team. 2 triples, 16 RBI. Here's the 1-0. Pop up left side is going to drift out of the ballpark. It's in those bleachers. We've got big bleachers down both sides of this ballpark. Really a nice stadium atmosphere for these players to play in. Got covered home plate area and then seat backs in the bleachers on behind both dugouts, and then a huge section of bleachers in both left and right field. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 away. Reagan Dodd started the ball game, and he strikes Johnson out for the second time in the game. And those are his only 2 strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Fiver Trimble. Trimble grounded out to third his first time up. 0-for-1. On the year, Fiver Trimble, 247. First pitch swing and pops it up, and that's out of play behind us. Trimble, 5 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. That is second on the squad to Morissette's 27. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. We're at the 7th spot in the Apache lineup. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball left side, through the hole, base hit. Fiver with his first hit of the ball game. A 2-out single will bring up Cade Watson. Well, we're going to have a pinch hitter. And Kendall Price will get a pinch hit here. So Cade Watson's day is over. I don't know if he got hurt. But it'll be Kendall Price hitting here for Watson in the 4th inning. 2 outs. Trimble at first. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. It's 1-0 Apaches. 1 run on 5 hits. The Aggies from Murray State, no runs on no hits. They only got 1 hit in the opener. Fouled straight back. It's 1-1. You put all that together in the Apache pitching, Grigsby, Lee, Miller, and Spinozzi, 11 innings of baseball and 1 hit and no runs. Pretty impressive. Kendall Price, his first plate appearance of the day, just inside, 2-1. Some of the Murray State fans barking at the umpire. And the home plate umpire is going to point over toward the Aggie dugout and give a warning. I don't know. I think we're maybe beyond the warning here, as Coach Borling had an opinion on that last pitch that he let everybody know about, including home plate umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ball's pretty well hit the left center and caught by the left fielder, Matt McElwain. You couldn't tell who was going to get that ball, and Octavio and McElwain both took off for the gap, and it was McElwain catching up with it for the final out. It'll go as an F7 if you're scoring at the house. We will head to the fifth inning, almost halfway home here. It's 1-0 Apaches. McElwain making that last play, and sure enough, he's the leadoff hitter here in the fifth inning. McElwain, Marr, and Lopez scheduled a hit. Spinozzi back on the mound for the Apaches. Hard ground ball to second. Owen fields it, throws it, 1 out. Well, Coach Borling coming down. He had some words for his hitters before he went out to the coach's box. I can imagine the frustration level growing in that Murray State dugout. You're looking at your 12th inning with only 1 hit to speak of all day. First pitch in there, strike 1. And I would say that it's as much a factor as the Tyler pitching. Grigsby and Mitchell Lee, Peyton Miller and Spinozzi. Some pretty good arms. And you just haven't been able to solve it. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Wyatt Marr, the DH. Struck out swinging his first time up. The 1-1. Foul tip. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody aboard, 1-0 Apaches. We're in the top of inning number 5, playing 9 innings here in the second game of the doubleheader day. Apaches won the opener 5-0. Fastball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a 4-0 win in last night's ball game. Next pitch, and had a notion. Marr holds up. It's a full count to Wyatt Marr. Spinozzi pitched a perfect 4th inning. He has faced 4 and retired 4. And he walked them. First walk for Michael Spinozzi.
Right fielder, number 7.
Just the second walk between Spinozzi and Miller. So that'll bring up Chris Lopez, 1 out and 1 on. That's the tying run at first base. Lopez struck out swinging back in the second inning. Still looking for his first hit of the day. It's 0 for 2 in the opener. Big swing, chopper right back to Spinozzi. He'll go to first, take the out. And there's 2 away. Marr goes to second base. You got the tying run at second now with 2 outs. Here's the shortstop, Javier Luna. He did not play in the opener. Hit a ground ball to second in his only at bat here in this one. So he's 0 for 1. Luna on the year, 133 average. 2 for 15 on the year. He has scored 7 runs. He does have 1 home run and 4 RBI. Pitch. Inside, almost got him. Ball 1. One and 0, 2 away. 1-0 Apaches. That tying run out at second. Marr reached on a walk. 1-0 pitch. Misses high. 2-0. The Apaches 1 run on 5 hits. No errors. Murray State, no runs, no hits, 1 error. On the top of the 5th. Spinozzi's the second Apache pitcher. Miller threw 3 scoreless innings. And this is Spinozzi's second inning of work. And at the moment, nobody in the Apache bullpen. So for now, it's Spinozzi's ball game. 2-0 pitch. And that, boy, another really tight inside pitch. Thought it might have got him, but evidently not. Here's the 3-0. And called a strike. Well, Lopez thought it was ball 4. Ball appeared to be high from our vantage point. And Murray State fans upset. I think Coach Borling is walking a fine line here. He wanted to scream, but I think he knew better of it. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball to third. You catch it, you throw it, and there's your inning. And Coach Borling is probably going to get tossed right here. He's going to pick the bat up. No, he's not. He's going right at the umpire. We'll take a break, and we'll let you know if Coach Borling gets thrown out. You'll probably be able to watch the video yourself. So back in a minute. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field, and if you were watching the video between innings, I think you did see Coach Borling get thrown out of this game. He went right at that home plate umpire after the ground out by Javier Luna, who thought he got a walk, came back to home plate, swung at the next pitch, and grounded out. So Coach Borling had had enough, and he let his opinion be known to home plate umpire, and he tossed him. So first pitch is inside, ball 1. This is 9-1-2. Bryce Coveney for the Apaches. This is a 1-0 game, so not a lot of room for error. on either side of things here. Reagan Dodd continues on the mound for the Aggies. He has thrown 62 pitches now. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Apaches with 1 run on 5 hits. The Aggies, no runs on no hits. And they have not scored a run. Let's see, 9, 16, 21 innings of shutout baseball for Apache pitching this weekend. And that's probably leading to the reason Coach Borling just got tossed. He's frustrated. His offense has been silenced this weekend at Mike Carter. There's a ground ball to third, and that's an error. Jonathan Brandon tried to take the short hop, and he gave himself the in-between hop. So kind of teach your infielders to either come and get the short one. He tried to get the short one and couldn't quite get there in time. So it's another error. And the leadoff runner aboard. Coveney at first for Ty Meisner. Meisner 2 for 2 in this one. Single to left and a single to center. Well, in a 1-0 game, boy, I don't know if you think about laying one down here, but I think I might. First pitch. Not squaring around there. Third baseman's back behind the bag, so you put a good bunt down here, you got a chance. If it's a drag bunt. Well, Reagan Dodd has been taking a long time. When he has runners on base, he takes an extra period of time to get that ball to home plate. Finally, Meisner asked for time, and home plate umpire granted it. 1-0 is the count. And he's freezing him again, so time called. Simply trying to control the running game here because he's got that huge leg kick. And he's just trying to, it's not a bad strategy if you've got the big leg kick. I think if I had a pitcher with this kind of leg kick, I might teach him a slide step. There's the 1-0. Runner's going, and he had second stolen. If you take that pitch, he's going to have a runner at second. High pop-up, and you come all the way in. Nice sliding grab by McElwain to get the out. Really nice play. McElwain came almost all the way to the infield. Don't quite understand why Javier Luna was covering the bag when that ball was about 15 feet behind him. Either way, McElwain made a great play to get the out. That could have been disastrous for Murray State because if that falls in, you got 2 runners on and nobody out. And that's a pass ball. Austin Garrett just missed that one. And it rolls back to the screen. And so down to second goes Coveney. And you got Heath Hood at the plate with 1 away. A 1-out count. Here's the pitch. High chopper to third, and now you got interference, something there. That's going to be interference. And we'll see how this works out. He's got to have a chance to field the play, so I think what's going to happen here is the runner's going to stay at first, and the runner at third is going to be out. There's no question that's fielder interference or runner interference. I don't think it's a double play. The Aggies are coming off the field. There's only 1 out. Did they get him out at first? Okay, that's why. All right, so this could be a double play. This very well could be a double play. It's a really odd play. Because did he interfere with the guy he didn't catch the ball, did he? So they interfered with the fielder. The question is whether they're going to call a double play. The Aggies have come off the field as if the inning is over. And I understand that. the umpires are going to work it out, even though home plate umpires trying to make sense of it here. I don't think they know what they're going to do. The guy who the runner at second was Bryce Coveney. He ran into, I guess, the third baseman, but the shortstop actually made the play. There's no question it was interference. However, the guy who was interfered with didn't make the play. So I think this is going to be a double play. I don't think the intent of the rule doesn't. I don't think you have to make a play to interfere with a fielder. So Coach Wren's going to argue, and I think probably with good reason, that the guy who made the play wasn't interfered with. So why is his runner out? But I think it still was interference. So I think he's probably going to lose this argument. I think these umpires are going to call a double play. And not knowing the rules verbatim, I can't speak to that. So Coach Wren going to get his money's worth here as he walks into the dugout. It is going to be a double play, and that'll end the inning. So runner interference on Coveney is going to get him out. And it was a 6-3 off the bat of Heath Hood. So kind of an odd way to end the fifth inning. We'll head to the sixth inning, and your score is still 1-0 Apaches. Nine, 1-2 for the Aggies. That play had me scrambling for my rule book. I think the big question for Coach Wren there is going to be whether you actually have to interfere with the guy who makes the play or not to get the runner called out. Really an odd play. As long as I've been in the game, I can't say I've ever quite seen a play like that one, where you interfered with one guy and the other guy made the play and actually got an out. You got to tip your cap to the shortstop there. Ground ball to Morissette at first. You flip it over to Spinozzi, and there's one away. 3-1 if you're scoring at the house. We're in the top of the sixth. The Aggies do not have a hit yet. Stepping in is the center fielder, Garrig Octavio, lined out to second base, grounded out to first. There's plenty of instances where the runner will interfere with the fielder, and there's no out recorded by the fielder. But in that case, the runner ran into the third baseman, Jonathan Brandon. So they tumbled for a moment, and the ball went by those two guys. And to Javier Luna's credit, he fielded it and threw across for the out. And so kind of maybe the Strangest double play I've seen in quite a while. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrig Octavio. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The pitch. Misses high, 3-1. Off the plate, ball 4. So a 1-out walk is walk number 3 of the day between Miller and Spinozzi, and it's Spinozzi's second walk. Here's Jonathan Brandon, third baseman. Struck out in the first, grounded back to the pitcher in the fourth. Aggies still looking for their first base hit of this ballgame. They only recorded 1 hit in the opener. We're in the 6th inning. Swing and a foul tip. And new catcher is Kendall Price. He holds on. Head coach Sam Borling has been tossed from the game. And not sure. I have one of the assistants down there coaching third now. 0-1 count. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. I might have tipped it. 1-2. There goes the runner. Throw to second by Price, and the runner makes it. Stolen base. Now you're tying run in scoring position. Stolen base for Octavio. And I think the pitch was called a ball, huh? Is it 2-2? Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now, boy, all kinds of moving parts in this ball game. And on top of all this, you got the tying run. It's only a 1-0 game. Miller and Spinozzi have combined to put nothing but zeros on the board so far. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nasty slider. Strikeout. Let's see. That's Spinozzi's first strikeout. And Miller had struck out 5, so that's 6 strikeouts in the game for Tyler pitching. Here is Austin Garrett. He walked in the first, grounded out to short in the fourth, 0 for 1. First pitch misses high, ball 1. One 0 pitch. It's going to miss outside, 2-0. 2-0 count with 2 away. Tying run at second base, and that sails high, 3-0. Spinozzi's already walked one batter. And you're starting to see a little rustling down in that patchy bullpen. Still no one on the bullpen mound right now. Guys moving around, their gloves on. 3-0 is the count. And you spin and throw it to second. Ball gets away from Owen for a moment. .30 pitch. Ball 4. Second walk in the inning, and you might see the first visit of the day from Coach Rubenthal here. And here he goes. We're going to see a visit from Coach Rubenthal. Going to slow this down just a hair. Fourth walk of the ball game for Tyler pitching. Third walk for Spinozzi. Second walk in the inning. Murray State has gotten 4 guys on base in this ball game, and all of them via the walk. It's 1-0 Apaches. We're in the top of the 6th. So I'm kind of scrolling through trying to find the interference rule. Got a lot concerning first and second, 2 away. Jake Gray is the cleanup hitter. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. And it's 0-1. Best chance in this ball game, and maybe the best chance all day. I'm not sure the Aggies have had 2 runners on all day long. I guess they did in game 1 time. 0-1 for Gray. Good block there by Price. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I think I may have found the rule that's going to address our situation here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another wave and another miss. Jake Gray has gone to his knee twice on Spinozzi off-speed pitches. And you're 1 strike away from preserving the shutout and leaving a donut on the board in the hit column. The tying and go-ahead runs are on the base for Murray State, and their cleanup hitter, Jake Gray, at the plate. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he was way behind that after a couple of off-speed pitches. Spinozzi geared up with the fastball and struck out the second Aggie of the inning. So Spinozzi dodges a bullet here in inning number 6, and we'll head to the bottom half. It's still 1-0 Tyler. All right. So, according to the NC2A rule book here, if the batter runner interferes intentionally or unintentionally with a batted ball or the fielder fielding it with a double play likely, the batter runner, that's the proverbial phrase right there. The batter runner and the runner closest to home plate are out, regardless of whether the double play attempt may have taken place. So I'm not sure Mr. Home Plate Umpire knew that rule or how it was worded. The question might be if there was a double play likely there. And so I think they got it right. That's the bottom line. That's a very obscure rule. I don't think I've ever quite seen a play like that. The question in Coach Wren's mind is whether the interference has to occur with the guy that actually fielded the ball. And it doesn't address that in that particular part of the rule. So umpire's interpretation was double play. I think they got it right. Nobody on, nobody out. First pitch swinging. This is Eric Owen driving it to left field over the head of Matt McElwain. Owen's going to get to second. He'll think about going to third and hold there. Leadoff double for Eric Owen. Boy, he mashed that ball, and McElwain on his horse ran hard into the fence. And Owen thought about going to third, but with a one-run game here, that's a big hit. Now you got Morissette up. Morissette 0 for 2 in this ball game. He was 0 for 2 in the opener, struck out twice. You might think about having Morissette bunt here. Get Owen to third. With the left-hander up, it sure gives Austin Garrett a free shot at throwing out Owen if he decides to try to steal the bag. And Morissette's going to show bunt early here. Here's the pitch. Tries to bunt and does so out in front of the plate. Dodd picks it up and fires down to first, and the sacrifice is successful. 1-4 on the sack. Owen to third base with one out, and here is Suavemente Miguel Vega. Vega, RBI single in the first, flew out to center in the fourth. Eric Owen at third with one out. Boy, all kinds of stuff you could do here. And the right-hander is going to go from the windup, infield in. Got a kind of a slow motion here. I'm always looking for the opportunity to steal home. Not sure you're going to do it here with the big fella up, but Vega, surely the ability to hit the fly ball for the sacrifice. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. I'll tell you right now, Reagan Dodd not even thinking about Owen at third base, not even looking at him. Foul tip, 1-2. One out, 1-0 Apaches, bottom of the sixth. We are playing a 9 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. A couple more innings of baseball, but low-scoring ball game. Every little play is magnified. Reagan Dodd on from the start, 68 pitches to start the inning. And that's ball 2. You have a left-hander down in that Aggie bullpen. Dodd going from the windup, a 2-2 count. High and tight, 3-2. Well, if Vega reaches, it would be the left-handed Jacob Johnson on deck. Actually got a couple of guys tossing now in that Aggie bullpen. Dodd walks behind the mound to gather himself a bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big point in this ball game right here. Apache's trying to make it a 2-0 game. Here's the payoff pitch. Gets away from the catcher, and here comes the run. Wild pitch, and it's a 2-0 lead. And Vega walks. And
Now batting, center fielder, number 20, Jacob Johnson.
it's just the second walk of the day for Reagan Dodd, and you wonder if you're going to pinch run here. Still got, you'd think, one of the things you think about as a head coach here, if you run for Vega, that spot's going to come up again, more than likely in this ballgame. So the question is, do you want to give up his bat for a little bit of speed on the bases? And that's going to be all for starter Reagan Dodd. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. It's 2-0 Apaches. We're in the bottom of the sixth. All right, the new pitcher is Wyatt Marr, left-handed sophomore from Frisco, Texas, 6'1" and 190. Wyatt Marr played first base in the opener. And for Wyatt Marr, it's outing number 4 of the year, 1-0 with a 1.13 ERA. Marr has thrown 8 innings this season, striking out 9 and walking just 1. Pretty good numbers on the strikeout to walk ratio. We'll see how he does here. Got a close one here, 2-0. The Apaches scored 1 in the first, nothing but zeros until just a moment ago when Eric Owens scored on a wild pitch by Reagan Dodd. So the walk to Vega brings Wyatt Marr into the ballgame. Here's Jacob Johnson. And you're going to have some more activity in that Murray State bullpen. Guys getting stretched out here. Don't think you got anyone getting loose on the mound at the moment. First pitch to Johnson in there, strike 1. One out, one aboard. It's 2-0 Apaches. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Thought about swinging, takes strike 2. Oh-2 pitch. Misses high, 1-2. Jacob Johnson 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Johnson was 1 for 3 in the opener. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just missed inside. Boy, Wyatt Marr thought he had strike 3. Mr. Umpire didn't agree. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here's the pitch to Johnson. High chopper to first. You go to second for 1, and that's going to be all. As Jake Gray came way off the bag and threw over to shortstop Javier Luna to get Vega. So 3-6 on the fielder's choice. And Johnson now at first base with Fiver Trimble coming to the plate. Fiver 1 for 2. Single to left his last time up. First pitch is high, ball 1. Next pitch, fly ball right field. This could be trouble if it stays fair, and it does. One hops the fence. Johnson going to be held at third. Boy, that ball got in a hurry. Nice play by Lopez to prevent the run from scoring. That ball hit way in the corner, about as far in right field as you can hit it. It one-hopped the fence. Trimble at second with a double. And Jacob Johnson, pretty good speed, but Lopez got that to Jake Gray in a heartbeat, and it held Johnson at third base. That's a big defensive play for the Aggie defense. So you got 2 in scoring position. This is another big at-bat for Kendall Price. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Price batting in the 8th spot, took over for Cade Watson back in the 3rd inning. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Pop up right side. This could stay in play, and it does. Caught right in front of the netting for the 3rd out, and that'll do it. The Apaches do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2 in scoring position. And your new score for Mike Carter as we head to the 7th. Almost time to stretch it out at the ballpark. 2-0 Apaches. All right, the Apaches on to their 3rd pitcher of the ball game. It's Dalen Farmer, 6'2", 205, right-handed freshman from the Woodlands. He'll take over for Spinozzi. And so far, the Apaches the Apache pitchers have given up no runs on no hits through the first 6 innings. Farmer taking over here. And that pitch is going to miss 2-0. So Spinozzi's day is done. He throws 43 pitches. And 3 innings of work, shutout baseball. Called a strike, 2 balls and a strike. This is Matt McElwain, the left fielder, 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second, grounded out to second base in the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch, low, 3-1. Dalen Farmer, 4-0 with an 0.90 ERA. This Farmer's 5th appearance. High chopper to short, ranging to his left, and that's a hit. First hit of the ball game right there. Infield single off the bat of Matt McElwain.
Pitcher, number 21, Wyatt Marr.
Well, now that just doubled the Murray State hit output on the day. They only got 1 hit in the opener. They now have 1 hit in this game. Matt McElwain with an infield single, reaches first, and in a 2-0 game, that's a big play. Now the tying run at the plate. Dalen Farmer comes set, very closed off. Come in that set position. At his left shoulder almost pointing toward the Aggie dugout when he comes set. And it starts out there, and it pretty much stays there. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Wyatt Marr now. He's the pitcher. Swing and a miss. So Marr, who played first base in the opener, struck out 3 times, has struck out once and walked once in this one. He's now the pitcher in the ball game for the Aggies. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did. I thought he swung. I don't know who they're checking with. He checked with the field umpire behind second or behind the mound, and he didn't give him any indication. He did point out there, and the umpire didn't respond. Boy, Mr. Home Plate umpire taking it from both sides today. Two balls and a strike. You got to have thick skin if you're going to put on the blue. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. So now you're 1 pitch away from putting the tying run aboard. Dalen Farmer just gave up the first hit of the game. Ball 4. First walk for Farmer. It's the 5th walk for Apache pitching here. 2 on, nobody out. And you got some activity in that Apache bullpen. And I think this is more of a stall tactic than anything right here. Coach Rubenthal is taking that slow walk to the mound. You got, I don't know, somebody got a right-hander throwing. Can't tell who that is. We think it might be Casey Pelton. Coach Rippenthal is going to stay out there as long as they'll let him. And he'll take his time going back. That's the slowest I've seen him walk out there all season. 2-0 Apaches. But the Aggies threatening here in the top of the 7th. This is the 7th hitter in their lineup, Chris Lopez. 0 for 2. He struck out swinging, grounded back to the pitcher. was 0 for 2 in the opener, so he is 0 for the day. First pitch. Line shot up the middle, base hit. 1 run's going to score. It's 2-1. Ball's bobbled by Johnson. And the Aggies are in business here in the 7th. Lopez, solid single right up the middle. First run of the day for the Aggies. And now you got 2 on and still nobody out for Javier Luna. And that's the first run of their weekend. 4-0 win for the Apaches last night. Opener today was 5-0, so for the first time this weekend, the Aggies score a run. There's the bunt right out in front of the plate. Price pounces, nobody home. And I'm not sure. Owen was a little late getting there, but I think he could have thrown it. And he held onto it. I guess he was trying to be safe there. If he throws that down the right field corner, it's going to be 2 runs. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. And so now you have bases loaded and nobody out. Here's the left-handed batting Brinkley for the 3rd time. He is 0 for 2. Grounded back to the pitcher and grounded back to first base, so he's 0 for 2 here. And you got nobody out. You're going to play for 2 up the middle here. Your middle guys are back. Here's the pitch. Pop up left side out of play into the Aggie bullpen area. And 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Okay, Dalen Farmer in a bit of a pickle here in the 7th. Look out, lost the bat. Swung on and missed, so it's 1-2. As Mason Brinkley, big hit, big swing right there, lost grip of the bat and it came out of his hands. Thankfully, nobody back there. So it's 1-2. Boy, an infield pop-up or a strikeout is what the Apaches need right here. Farmer comes set, the pitch. Ground ball, right side. Morissette's going to go to second for 1, and they drop the ball. Are they going to call him out? They're going to call him safe, I think. Well, I thought he initially called him out and maybe on the transfer, but no, he's called safe. So that's going to be an E6, and this inning's starting to implode for the Apaches. So we are tied at 2, and that's going to be all for Dalen Farmer. And, boy, kind of a rough inning for Farmer. You probably could have 2 outs right here, and instead you got no outs. And we got a new pitcher. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is in just a moment. All right, Beasley on in relief here for the Apaches. First pitch called a strike. It's 0-1. Top of the lineup now, Garrick Octavio. Octavio on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk. Beasley from the windup, the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sean Beasley, 6'2", 165, right-handed sophomore from Van. 3-0 on the year with a 0.86 ERA. His 13th appearance of the year. He's got 13 innings under his belt, 22 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the sophomore from Tyler in Van High School. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. You still need a strikeout or an infield pop-up here. If you're an Apache fan. I guess you'd take the 5-4-3 triple play. Get you out of trouble. Here's the pitch. Line shot, right field, just foul. Boy, that would have scored. That might have cleared the bases. That ball just curved foul. Really close right there. Octavio bidding for his first hit in the ball game, and would have been his first hit of the day. So we'll come back with a 1-2 count. Everybody back to their spots. Brinkley at first, Luna at second, Lopez at third. The 1-2. Fastball away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Beasley on in relief, his 13th appearance. It's 2-2 in the bottom of the top of the 7th, Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big strikeout there by Sean Beasley. First strikeout for Beasley, and the 8th strikeout for Tyler pitching here in this one. And that'll bring up Jonathan Brandon. Brandon has struck out twice, grounded back to the pitcher. 0 for 3. So you got 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, now you are in double play territory here. Double play would end the inning. You'll take a strikeout or an infield pop-up. Try to keep this thing tied. Score is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The next pitch, Brandon waves at a off-speed pitch off the plate, 1-2. Game 1 was 0 for 2 with a walk, was Brandon. Got good speed. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and tight, 2-2. Well, you're probably going to come back with that good hard slider away right here. See if we can get Brandon to wave at another one. Here comes the sun. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He foul-tipped it, and Price holds on. Back-to-back strikeouts. And, boy, you're 1 out away from getting out of big trouble here. Minimizing the damage big time. Apache's giving up 2 runs, and the bases were still loaded with 2 outs. Now you got bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the 3-hitter in the lineup, Austin Garrett. A walk, a ground ball to short, and a walk. He's 0 for 1. Garrett, 6 home runs on the year. Definitely a power threat here. First pitch. Pitch is low, ball 1. Two 7-1 for the Apaches, 2-2-2 for the Aggies from Murray State. Sean Beasley trying to get him out of trouble. 1-0 pitch. Just inside, not by much. And it's 2-0. Well, you got nowhere to put Austin Garrett. Got to come at him here. He's going to probably take a pretty good rip at this. 2-0. Called a strike, 2-1. Well, the Apache outfield shaded the pull here. Fiver giving up the whole right field. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Nope, you got to believe you're going to see probably one, maybe two more of those sliders here. Well, this is a big spot in this game. 2-2 is our score, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. Sean Beasley comes in and strikes out the side. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And the Apaches dodge a big bullet there. They do give up 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave them loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch it out at the ballpark. We're tied at 2. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. Had a good ball game here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The Aggies brought 8 batters to the plate in the 7th inning. They needed some base runners, and they got them. Broke up the no-hitter. And also were beneficiaries of 2 walks and an error. But Beasley comes in to strike out the side and keep the game at a 2-2 score. This is Bryce Coveney to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Coveney 0 for 2, rounded out to third and reached on an error to third. 9-1-2 for Tyler here in the 7th. Pitch is called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we got some good sunshine now as most of those clouds have broken up. It looks like it's going to be a really nice end of this Sunday afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two 7-1 for Tyler. 2-2-2 for Murray State. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Game 3 of the series. Base hit into left field. So Coveney with a solid single to left leads it off here in the bottom of inning number 7. And now you're back to the top of the lineup. Ty Meisner 2 for 3. Well, Wyatt Marr, who came on with 1 out in the 6th inning, still in there on the mound for the Aggies. You wonder if Meisner's going to be asked to bunt here. First pitch, he's not showing bunt. Ball 1. Well, Jonathan Brandon not really creeping at third, so he's even with the bag. Here's the pitch. That's called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Coveney reaches on a single. And Meisner now 2 for 3. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. The dilemma you got there is Meisner's one of your hottest hitters. Don't really want to take the bat out of his hand, and now he's going to have to go to work with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Let's see here. First strikeout for Wyatt Marr. And just the 3rd strikeout for Aggie pitchers today. That'll bring up Heath Hood. Hood 0 for 3, has grounded out 3 times. Marr from the set position, working quickly. First pitch in there, strike 1. Now the sun coming out full force now. Closing in on 6 o'clock Central Time. We started at 3:35. Ground ball, could be 2. 6, step on the bag, you throw to first, double play. Just like that, inning over. Nice play by Javier Luna. He's made a couple of nice plays today in this second game. And the Aggies are right back at it after scoring 2 in the 7th. We're tied at 2. Stay with us. We got a good one going here at Mike Carter. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas, just about a mile inside the West Loop. Top of the 8th, first pitch swinging. Sharply hit to Coveney at short. Pats his glove, throws over. 1 away. Well, Jake Gray now 0 for 4 on the day. Here's Matt McElwain for the 4th time. McElwain got the first hit of the ball game last inning. Aggies brought 8 batters to the plate in that 7th inning and scored 2 runs. And a masterful job by Sean Beasley. He's back out there. First pitch misses, 1-0. McElwain, infield single his last time up. Broke up the no-hitter. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Grounded out to second base in the 5th. Here's the 1-1 from Beasley. Off the plate, 2-1. The Aggies are from Tishomingo, Oklahoma. 3 hours and 15 minutes or so from Tyler, 183 miles to the north. Make that trip a little bit shorter if they could win this last game of the series. Apaches have taken the season series now. They've won 4 of 5. Trying to sweep them here at Mike Carter. Fly ball, right field. That's going to get out of play. Actually goes off the light pole and bounces back onto the field. Two is our score. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Apaches led 2-0 until the 7th. They had a combined no-hitter between Miller, Spinozzi, and Farmer. And actually, Farmer gave up a hit with his first batter. That fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. Farmer was lifted for Beasley, and he's still on the mound for the Apaches. 1 out, nobody aboard here in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Missed high, and it's a full count. Well, offense has been at a premium here this weekend. Next pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again. Apaches won last night's game 4-0. They won the opener today 5-0. Allowed just 1 hit. And it's now 2-2 here in the 3rd ball game. So swing and a miss, struck him out. And Beasley has come in and retired 4 Aggies, all 4 of them by strikeouts. That's 11 strikeouts between Miller, Spinozzi, and Beasley. Here's Wyatt Marr, the pitcher. 2 walks and a strikeout. He's 0 for 1. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, we're tied at 2. Interesting to see how this thing plays out. Fastball, Mr. Umpire froze. That was a solid strike, called a ball. Let's understand why there's been some frustration on both sides of the field here. Coach Borling has been thrown out of this game. Talking about balls and strikes, Coach Wren went out and had contentious discussions with the umpires about an interference call. Two-one pitch. It's in there for a strike. It's 2-2. This guy's got a tough job, and never like to question their judgment, but it's always frustrating when you feel like there's some inconsistencies, but you got to live with their calls, and so it's part of the human element of the game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The windup from Beasley, the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. That's 12 strikeouts for Tyler pitching, and Beasley has struck out 5 of the 6 batters that he's faced. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. We're still tied 2-2. Three, 4, and 5 for the Apaches as we go to the bottom of the 8th. You got to navigate the middle of this Apache lineup. Owen, Morissette, Vega. Scheduled to face Wyatt Marr, relief pitcher that came on with 1 out in the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 8th now. And the left-hander from Frisco, Texas, throws ball 1 to Eric Owen. Owen 1 for 2 in the ball game. Doubled his last time up. And here's the 5:54 right on time behind the ballpark. 1-0 pitch, called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, it's going to miss low. Eric Owen, 344 average on the year. 6 doubles, a couple of triples, 21 RBI for the Apache second baseman. 2-1 pitch. Called a strike, it's 2-2. Well, Apache's trying to sweep the 3-game series here at Mike Carter. They took 2 out of 3 in the series in Tishomingo. Those were all, well, the first 2 were close games. Pop up, right side, out of play. Apaches won the opening game of that series in Tishomingo 4-3. They lost the second game 3-2, and then won the final game 17-5. It was back on March 1st and 2nd. And these two teams now finishing up their 3-game series here in Tyler. Apache's trying to win 5 of 6. 2-2 pitch, ground ball right side. This is Brinkley. And held the bag. They're going to call him out. Tyler Abney is screaming, and that's got to be, you got to refer that to the home plate umpire and get help here. It looked like Jake Gray came off the bag. The umpire in the right field, or the first base umpire, said that he had the ball and the bag at the same time. And I don't know, if I'm Coach Wren here, I'm just saying, can you ask for help here? Because that home plate umpire was watching. He was right where he's supposed to be. He came about 20 feet up the line. And that's all you can do is ask for help. That first base umpire was pretty adamant about the first baseman holding it, and Coach Wren going back to the dugout. I don't think they're going to turn this over, unless the home plate umpire said it was egregious. If he saw definite daylight, we'll see how they do this. As Owen hangs around first base, they're going to stay with the out call. The throw took Jake Gray off of his feet, and it looked like he might have come off the bag from our angle. He's kind of glaring into the Apache bench. I'm not sure what that's all about. Here's Michael Morissette now. 1 out, nobody aboard in the bottom of the 8th. Well, got 2 competitive programs going at it here. Got off the hands, tough play, and he's safe. Brinkley didn't even make a throw there as Morissette got jammed, and he'll get a base hit out of it. 1B4. So the go-ahead run is aboard with 1 away. And now it's Vega's turn. Miguel Vega, RBI single, his first time up, way back in the first inning. Since then, has flown out to center and walked. Curveball off the plate, strike 1. Kind of nice if Suavemente decided to take one out of here right here. No balls and 1 strike, the pitch. And he tries to do just that, swings and misses. 0-2. Well, now you got to go to work here, put the ball in play. Try to get Morissette to second if you can. Got to battle. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Morissette at first. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Foul tip on a fastball. Boy, he came back in with the fastball. And Vega just missed it. Don't believe you're going to do anything fancy on the bases here. Wyatt Marr from the stretch. The pitch, boy, he almost balked. Got to come to that pause. And Marr barely paused there before coming to the plate. He's been working quick since coming into the ball game, but got to make sure that you come to that pause. He'll come set. Did better that time. Line drive into left field, and Vega, his second hit of the day, or of the ball game. Went down and got the breaking pitch. Good at bat by Miguel Vega. Now you might run for Vega here. I would think in the 8th inning, you might have a pinch runner, but right now it doesn't look like it. They're going to keep Vega out there. I'll just tell you, from the managerial side of it, you wonder if you're going to go extra. You hate to take one of your hottest hitters in the ball game out. So here's Jacob Johnson. 2 on, 1 out. And Johnson, swing and a miss. Johnson 0 for 3 on the ball game. And, boy, not a bad situation to think about a drag bunt to third here. Brandon well behind the bag over there. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, you don't have a lot of speed on the bases here, so you're going to have to keep plugging away at the plate. I don't think you're going to manufacture a whole lot of offense with Morissette and Vega out there. Johnson with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Wyatt Marr has worked ahead of Jacob Johnson. Well, another tough at bat here for the Apaches. You got to compete here and find a way to put it in play. 1-2 with 1 out. 2 aboard. You got a chance here to take the lead going to the 9th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Foul tip, just stayed alive. This is a situation where if you're Jacob Johnson, you got to put your toenails up on that plate and just battle your tail off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wyatt Marr, the sophomore from Frisco, on the mound for the Aggies. The pitch, and it hit him. Home plate umpire's calling it a foul ball. Ball hit off the hand of Johnson. And they're not going to give him first base, and we're going to have another contentious call here. And this is another situation where you might ask the first base umpire if he saw something different here. Well, he's going to say that the hand's part of the bat. It was a check swing. It did go off the hand. And so this is a frustrating call here. I know Coach Wren is going to go out there and argue his call. There's nothing to be done here. The only thing that you could do is appeal it to the first base umpire if he saw something a little different. Sometimes that home plate umpire will get blocked from that play. The catcher, the catcher's between him and the hitter. Now, Coach Wren's gone into a little bit of a defensive mode here. Two is our score. We're towards the end of this ball game, and Jacob Johnson, I don't know if he can stay in this game. Trying to get a grip on Coach Wren's hand right there. And, well, you hate to put a pinch hitter in there with a 1-2 count, but they're going to leave him in. And not sure there's a whole lot to be done there. He did check swing. The ball went off his hand. His hand's on the bat. It's a frustrating call, but probably the right one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 Apaches on base. Morissette at second, Vega at first. Wyatt Marr on the mound, the pitch. Little pop-up, and into the third baseman's glove it goes. That's Jonathan Brandon backpedaling. A little dangerous there, but he makes the grab. So that's 2 outs in the inning now. Johnson able to put the bat on the ball, but couldn't get it out of the infield. Here's Fiver Trimble now. Big spot in this game for Fiver. You got a chance to give the Apaches a lead. Johnson pops up to third, 2 away. Fiver is 2 for 3. A single to left, a double to right. Wyatt Marr, boy, big hack by Fiver, just missed it. No balls and 1 strike. Fiver trying to get himself focused in here at the plate with an 0-1 count. Sophomore from Frisco, Wyatt Marr on the mound. Trying to get the Aggies back in the dugout for the 9th inning. 2-2 is our score. The 0-1, and actually he's going to keep Morissette close to second. You don't have a lot of speed on the bases, so you almost might need an extra base hit here to score Morissette, depending on where it goes. 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch to Fiver. Drops a breaking ball. Missed inside ball 1. Austin Garrett, the catcher, held that pitch for a moment. He was thinking it was a strike. Pretty close pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. 2-2 is our score. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Marr comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, now Marr is 1 strike away from getting out of trouble here in the 8th. Apaches have had their chance here. 2 on and 1 out. Johnson popped up. Now Fiver in a hole, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Foul ball off to the right side. Trimble just missed that one. I've already seen him hit a ball deep into the right field corner. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs and 2 Apaches on base. Wyatt Marr. The pitch. In the dirt. And Trimble was able to hold up the swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces Wild on the board. And it would help the Apaches if you go 3-2 here. Get those runners moving. Fiver's got to stay aggressive with anything close. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And what a job by Wyatt Marr getting out of trouble. He and Sean Beasley going toe-to-toe here in the late innings. We go to the 9th inning. We got a great game going at Mike Carter. It's 2-2. Back in just a minute. All right, the Apaches have gone back to their bullpen. It's Tanner McNamara taking over for Sean Beasley. Beasley throws scoreless 7th and 8th innings, striking out 5 of the 6 he faced. And now it's McNamara's turn. The freshman from College Station, 6'3" and 185. McNamara, 8th appearance of the year, all out of the bullpen. 0-0 with a 4.22 ERA. 10 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks for the freshman from College Station, Tanner McNamara. He will face 7, 8, 9. This is Lopez. Almost got him. Ball 1. Chris Lopez, 1 for 3, RBI single his last time up. Next pitch is off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Lopez, Luna, and Brinkley scheduled a hit for the Aggies here in the 9th inning. We're tied at 2. Pitch misses. 3-0. McNamara. Eighth appearance, all out of the bullpen. Falls behind 3-0. The pitch right down the middle. 3-1. The Apaches 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. And the Aggies from Murray State, 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. 3-1 pitch. Called a strike, and Lopez had tossed his bat aside thinking it was ball 4. We've had that happen about 3 or 4 times today. And three balls, 2 strikes. Well, if Lopez makes an out here, you're going to have a cat call from the Aggie faithful. Foul tip. Count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes. Two is our score. Top of 9. The Apaches scored 1 in the first and 1 in the 6th. And the Aggies scored 2 in their half of the 7th. McNamara from the set position. The pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Do it again. Well, we're closing in on the 3-hour mark here at Mike Carter. 3-2 pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. So a leadoff walk scores half the time. And you just walk the leadoff. First walk for McNamara. And 6th walk of the day for Tyler pitching. And now you're going to have a pinch runner. Number 24 is going to run for Lopez. Matthew Knox is the pinch runner. Boy, you snap throw and you almost pick off that runner. Morrissett's got those long arms. He's reaching back trying to get him off the bag. So Knox at first base, the pinch runner. So Lopez now out of the ball game. And it's Javier Luna. Might see him bunt here. He's going to show bunt. There's the bunt. Pops it up, and no one can get there in time. So it's a 1-1 count on Luna. He tried to sacrifice, and ball popped up toward the right first base line, toward the Apache dugout. Kendall Price, the catcher, came on back in the 3rd inning for Cade Watson. Couldn't reach it. McNamara was chasing after it as well. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner at first base. 2-2 is the score. Fastball called a strike. 1-2. Well, sometimes you'll stay with it here, depending on how good the bunter is. And Luna on the day He's hitless. 0 for 3 in this ballgame. Did not play in the opener. 1-2. Strike 3 called. That'll be the first strikeout for McNamara. The 13th strikeout for Tyler pitching. And stepping in now is the 9-hitter, Mason Brinkley. Brinkley 0 for 3 in this ball game. In the opener, was 0 for 2 with a walk. Well, you had your leadoff runner aboard. You couldn't move him. Now you wonder, are you going to try to steal him? Here's the pitch. Fouled into the net. Strike 1. Well, one of the dynamics going on right here is Coach Borling not running the show. He's been tossed. He got thrown out of the ball game. I should have made note of that. I think it was back in the 4th inning. Fly ball left field. That's going to get out of play into the Aggie bullpen. And they got another right-hander tossing out of their bullpen. So Wyatt Marr's done a good job in relief. Got out of trouble in the 8th inning. Apaches had 2 on and only 1 out. Got a pop-up and a strikeout. Next pitch, just off the plate, 1-2. One out, a 1-2 count, 1 aboard for Murray State here in the top of the 9th. Tied at 2. That ball's well hit. Center field, Johnson coming on, makes the diving catch. Gets to his feet, throws to first, and hustling back is the pinch runner, Knox. So what a play. Wedge jam out there. Put a star by that one. If he misses that, it goes all the way to the wall and probably is a run. So there's 2 outs in the inning. We've seen Johnson do that a number of times this season. And, boy, that's another good play by Apache center fielder. Back to the top we go. Gehrig Octavio, 0 for 3 in this game. Was 0 for 3 in the opener. Still has not have a hit in a doubleheader. McNamara trying to get the Apaches into the dugout, still tied with a chance to walk them off. 2-2-2 for Murray State, 2-8-1 for the Apaches. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss, ball 1. One-0 count. McNamara on the mound. The pitch off the plate. 2-0. Well, Apaches have another right-hander thrown in their bullpen. Apaches' next ball game is Wednesday at Henderson State. Murray State, not a lot of time. They'll play tomorrow at home against Grayson. 2-0 pitch. There goes the runner, swung at, throw to second, and he's going to be out. That probably was batter interference, as the batter stepped way across home plate. But needless to say, Kendall Price threw him out by a lot. So that'll end the inning. Goes 2-6 on the caught stealing. And the Apaches are able to get out of trouble. They had a leadoff walk to Lopez, and McNamara works around it. So a 0 on the board. It's 2-2. The Apaches 8-9-1. Kendall Price, Bryce Coveney, Ty Meisner with a chance to win it. Stay with us. Got a good one going here. A little Mike Carter magic coming up. All right, you've gone to the bullpen again at Murray State. Freshman from Granbury, Texas, 6'2", 185, Wesley Chase. His job is to keep it right where it's at. And Wesley Chase, 0-2 with a 2.40 ERA, his 10th appearance of the year, 15 innings, 7 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the freshman from Granbury, Wesley Chase. Now the roster says Chase, and the stats say Case. So I'm assuming that the roster, it is Wesley Case. C-A-S-E, so I spelled it wrong in my thing. Wesley Case now on to try to get the Aggies to extra innings. 2 balls, no strikes to Kendall Price. In there for a strike. It's 2-1. Price, a 174 average on the year, 4 out of 23. Does have a couple of doubles. 3 RBIs. Pretty good pitch there. Called a ball. 3-1. Wesley Case, the freshman from Granbury. The pitch. High chopper and going to bounce foul. Boy, it had some spin on it. It initially hit a couple of feet fair territory, and Price was not running. So 3-2 now. Nobody on, nobody out. We're at the 8th spot in the Tyler lineup. Price, Coveney, and Meisner. 3-2 pitch. High chopper to first. Easy play for Gray. 1 out. Boy, you got jammed on that. Price just didn't get the barrel there in time. 3U if you're scoring at the house. Here's Bryce Coveney. Coveney singled to left his last time up. 1 for 3 in the ball game. You need a base runner. Trying to win this thing in the bottom of the 9th. It's tied. We're tied at 2. First pitch, line drive right at the third baseman, Jonathan Brandon. Boy, the sun's a factor there, and he made the nice play. So flashing the leather is Jonathan Brandon over there. This time of day, this time of year, that sun could be a factor, as we got bright sunshine here for last inning or so. It's been overcast most of the day. Here's Meisner, inside ball 1. One ball, no strikes to the Apache leadoff hitter. Meisner 2 for 4 on the day. 1-0 pitch off the plate, 2-0. Well, we're 1 out from going extra innings here. It's 2-2. 2-0 pitch. Misses. 3-0. So if you put Meisner on, and it would be Heath Hood next. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 3-1. 2-8-1 for the Apaches, 2-2-2 for the Aggies from Murray State College. The pitch. Big hack there by Meisner, fouls it straight back. And it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's gone full on both hitters this inning. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, high chopper to second. Brinkley backs up, throws to first, got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down 9th. We got some free baseball coming. We're tied at 2 as we go to the 10th inning. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Top of the lineup for the Murray State Aggies. I know that Duke and UCF going at it, 1-point game. We're tied here, extra innings. First pitch in there, strike one. Garrick Octavio, 0 for 3 in this one. He walked in the 6th inning. No balls and 1 strike. McNamara back on for his 2nd inning of work. He threw 19 pitches in the 9th. Off the plate, 1-1. Octavio in from the stepping in the left-handed batter's box. 1-1 pitch off the plate. Two balls and a strike. Octavio has played both ball games today. 0 for 3 in the opener and 0 for 3 in this one. This is his 5th plate appearance of the ball game. That ball's well hit to center. Johnson on his horse and out of here. Home run to center field by Garrick Octavio. Wow, I didn't see that coming. You could tell off the bat it had a chance, and that kept going. Johnson on his horse thought it was going to go off the wall, and it went out of here. Solo home run by Garrick Octavio. And it's 3-2, Murray. Well, boy. A solo home run by the leadoff hitter. One ball, no strikes. One ball, one strike. Nobody out. The Aggies have just hit a solo home run to take the lead in the top of the 10th. It's 3-2. It's the first time they've led the whole weekend. Lost last night 4-0. 5-0 in the first game today. They've come all the way back from a 2-0 deficit to take the lead 3-2 here in the 10th. Two-two pitch off the plate, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Strike 3 called.
Catcher, number 11, Austin Garrett.
Called third strike, and there's one away here in the 10th inning. And here is Austin Garrett. First pitch misses high, ball 1. That is going to be the 2nd strikeout for McNamara and the 14th strikeout for Tyler pitching. They've used 5 arms in this ball game. Called a strike. It's 1-1. One away here in the 10th inning. Leadoff hitter Garrick Octavio hit a ball over the center field wall, 18-foot high wall, straight away. It's 370 straight away. And it cleared the fence by a good 5 or 6 feet. And the wind actually blowing a little bit across this field, so didn't get any help from the wind at all. He just crushed it. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch. Off the plate, 3-1. (3-2) is our score. We're in the top of the 10th. The Aggies have just taken the lead on a home run, and there's a walk. Let's see, that's the second walk for McNamara, 7th walk for Tyler pitching. And you've got a right-hander ready in that Tyler bullpen. You're going to stay with McNamara here. And here's Jake Gray. Gray is 0 for 4. Struck out, lined out to third, struck out again, and then grounded out to short. First pitch, misses high and away, ball 1. Now Coach Rupenthal is going to make a trip to the mound, and I wonder if you're going to see a change here. I think you might see a change. He's talking things over with Tanner. Maybe not. Maybe just want to go out and chat with him a bit. Hopefully not umpire. Well, we've had a barn burner here, and I guess Duke just won a barn burner by 1 point. Zion Williamson had a chance to win it at the foul line and missed the shot, but they didn't box out the rebounders, and the rebounders put back and gave Duke the 1 point win. So I have gone off the Duke bandwagon. I don't know if they're going to go as far as everyone thinks they are, but Zion Williamson will live to play another ball game. Pitch was called a strike. We're at the 4 spot. Jake Gray at the plate, trying to get his first hit of this ball game. 1 out and runner at first. The pitch. Pop up, out of play to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6:34 right on time here. We are now 1 minute from being 3 hours into this one. We're in the 10th inning. It's 3-2 Murray State. They have just taken the lead on a solo homer off the bat of the leadoff hitter, center fielder Garrick Octavio. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's the 7th batter of the inning. McNamara came on in the 9th. This is his 2nd inning of work. Here's the pitch. In on the hands, fighting it off, is Jake Gray. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-3-2 for the Aggies from Murray State. 2-8-1 for the Apaches. Very exciting ball game here. Back and forth. Apaches took an early lead, and the Aggies tied it up. They have just taken their first lead of the weekend. Trying to get a game and make that bus trip back to Tishomingo just a little more friendly. A little over 3 hours due north of Tyler, 183 miles, Tishomingo. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball in the hole and gets through. Base hit. Good at bat by Jake Gray right there. Fought off a couple of tough pitches and finds a way to get a base knock. First and second, still only 1 out, and here comes Coach Rupenthal, and that's going to be all for Tanner McNamara. We'll have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. It's 3-2 Murray State. All right, the Apaches have gone to the bullpen for the 5th time today, the 6th pitcher for Coach Rupenthal. And it's Lyle Hibbett, 6'4" and 235, right-handed sophomore from Farmersville, Texas. For Lyle Hibbett, his 9th appearance of the year. He has started 5 ball games. He's 1-1 with an 8.05 ERA, 19 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts, 14 walks with a sophomore from Farmersville, Texas, Lyle Hibbett. Well, you got to keep it right here and hope you can score 1 and maybe 2 in the bottom of the 10th. You still only got 1 out, and you got 2 Aggies on the bases. I'm running out of space in my score sheet. Only set up for 9 innings. Gray at first, Garrett at second. 1 out in the inning. This is Matt McElwain. Infield single broke up the no-hitter in the 7th. 1 for 4. First pitch was called a strike. It's 0-1 on McElwain. Outside corner, quickly 0-2. Well, you'll take a double play ball here. Take a strikeout or an infield pop-up. McElwain has to battle here from behind. It's 0-2. Here's the pitch. And in the dirt, good job by Price to keep that in front of him. Could have moved the runners, lost the double play situation. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. 3-2 is our score. Murray State has scored on a solo homer by the leadoff hitter, Garrig Octavio, first batter of the inning. Took a Tanner McNamara fastball over the center field fence. 1-2 pitch. Little looper into right. This is trouble. Falls in front of Fiver. The runner will be held at third. Well, you got Garrett, who is a catcher, on the bases, and you had to hold him. Fiver came up firing from right field. He probably would have had a play at the plate. No sense in shaking the chance there. So now the bases are full of Murray State Aggies. Only 1 out. The 9th batter of the inning is the pitcher. Who is it going to be? I guess you do stay in there. The DH stays in. I guess I didn't know exactly what the rule is. Marr has been taken out as a pitcher, but he stays in as a DH. First pitch off the plate, strike 1. So Wyatt Marr, his 5th plate appearance, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. An opportunity to give Murray State a little cushion here in the top of the 10th inning. And lead 3-2. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hibbets from the stretch. Bases full of Aggies. The pitch. Boy, in on the hands, and somehow Marr fouls it off. Here's the next 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Marr today. And for Lyle Hibbets, his first strikeout. 15 strikeouts in the ball game for Tyler pitching. And here's Matthew Knox, and he was a pinch runner for Lopez in the 9th, and he'll stay in now and get his first plate appearance of the weekend. Hibbets, first pitch off the plate, ball 1. One 0 pitch. In there for a strike, it's 1-1. Lyle Hibbets trying to get the Apaches out of further trouble. It's 3-2 in the top of the 10th. Here's the pitch. Another good block by Kendall Price. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here we have 2 outs in the inning. Bases full of Murray State base runners. Hibbets comes set. Here's the 2-1. In on the hands, fouls it straight back. It's 2-2. Well, if you keep it here, it's a big difference between a 1-run advantage and a multiple run advantage when you go to extra innings. And, boy, you'd love for the Apaches to have a chance. You keep it at a 1-run game, and every guy that comes to the plate is the potential tying run. Deuce is wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Foul tip. Oh, Price could not hold on. And we'll do it again. 2-2. Hibbets has his sign from the set position. The next 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So nice job by Lyle Hibbets to get out of trouble there and keep things at a 1-run game. And that was Knox. So that's strikeout number 16 for the Apache pitchers. And you'll go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Your new score for Mike Carter, Murray State 3, Tyler 2. You need 1 to tie and 2 to walk them off. It'll be 2, 3, and 4, the meat of the Apache lineup. And Wesley Case back on the mound for the Aggies. Back in a minute. Heath Hood will lead it off here. You need a base runner. You actually don't need a base runner. You need a run. Being a 1-run game, every batter that comes to the plate here is a potential tying run. First pitch is in there. Strike 1 from Wesley Case, the freshman from Granbury, Texas. 0-1 pitch fouled off at home plate, and that got the umpire. And I don't know, he's going to one knee there. Went off his leg, he's off his right leg. Those guys got shin guards and steel-plated shoes, but foul ball still stings. No balls, 2 strikes. Heath Hood on the day, 0 for 4. He has grounded out 4 times. He's hit into 2 double plays today. From the stretch, the 0-2. Chopper to third. That's going to trickle foul. And we'll do it again.
This is a different one. There's more than one, dude.
0-2. And that one's off the plate, 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Murray State, a solo homer, has taken the lead in the top of the 10th. The Apaches trying to get something going. And base hit to start the inning. And you might have a little Mike Carter magic in you here. 1B8, and that gets the Apache fans into it. And now you got to face Eric Owen. 0-1 for 3. Doubled back in the 6th inning for his only hit of the day. Well, and now you're going to have an offensive meeting with Coach Wren and the runners and the hitter. So I guess you get so many of these in the ball game, it's almost like a pitching visit. As Mr. Umpire pulls out his little note card and makes a note of Coach Wren talking to his runners. Well, you wonder if they're going to try to bunt here. Be a little surprised here if you do that, but you might. Got a right-hander on the mound. The pitch. Almost hit him. Breaking pitch inside. Just misses Owen. Ball 1. So you got Heath Hood at first base. And a 1-0 count. There's the pitch to Owen. Strike called. It's 1-1. Heath Hood on the season, 8 for 9 in stolen bases. So you might put him in motion at some point. You just, I don't know. Case comes set. He's pretty quick to the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss off speed pitch. And it's 1-2. Case, the freshman from Granbury, trying to vulture a win here. He came on in the 9th inning, and he would be in line for the win. One-two pitch coming up. Here it is. Well hit left field, not deep enough. McElwain, plenty of room, makes the catch. F7 if you're scoring at the house. And Murray State, 2 outs away from getting a split on this doubleheader. Here's Morissette. Morissette, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Infield single his last time up. What a time for him to break out right here. First pitch. Well hit, center field, base hit. 2 Apaches aboard, the tying run and the winning run. And here is Vega. Well, will Vega provide some drama here at Mike Carter? A little Mike Carter magic brewing here in the bottom of the 10th inning. 2 runners on, 1 out. Apaches gave up a solo homer, and they trail now 3-2. but they have 2 runners on and only 1 out. Bottom of the 10th. Vega, 2 for 3 in the day. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. That's going to score 1. We're tied. And the Apaches with 2 runners on, still only 1 out. 3 base hits in the inning, and the Apaches have tied it. So some Mike Carter magic in order today. And now you got Jacob Johnson at the plate with a chance to win it. And you're probably going to run here for either Vega or Morissette. And Coach Wren is out there, is going to use a pinch runner.
Now batting, center fielder, number 20, Jacob Johnson.
You're going to have Anthony Villalobos run for Vega at first. And I don't know, I sort of understand this, but that run doesn't mean anything. The only thing it does is it keeps you out of a double play if Vega or Villalobos can actually beat the throw to second. First pitch to Johnson in there, strike 1. So Villalobos now at first for Vega. Vega's now out of the ball game. Johnson with a chance to win it. 1 out in the bottom of the 10th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2 on the Apache center fielder. Well, we're tied at 3. You got a chance here to win it. But it's an 0-2 count. Wesley Case, freshman from Granbury, on the mound for the Aggies. The pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson kind of diving in at that pitch and almost hit him. Fiver Trimble waits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson had some big hits last weekend to help the Apaches win a ball game. Here's the 1-2. High chopper, tough play at third. This is Brandon, throws across, got the out. Well, there you go, sports fans. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th.
Now batting, right fielder, number 5.
The winning run 90 feet away for Fiver Trimble. Fiver is 2 for 4 today. Second on the team in RBIs with 22. The pitch. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Wesley Case trying to get the Aggies back in the dugout for the 11th inning. It's 3-3 here in the bottom of the 10th. Second and third, 2 away. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 2. And now you're down to 1 strike for Fiver Trimble. Boy, a wild pitch would win the game, a pass ball. Lots of ways to score from third. Here's the 0-2. Foul tip. Oh, and the catcher, Austin Garrett, can't hold on to it. It goes off the umpire for the second time this inning. And, boy, been a long day for Mr. Home Plate Umpire. He has tossed out Sam Borling. Coach Wren has given him an earful a couple of times. And now a little compassion from the Apache dugout, giving him a drink of water to allow him to gather himself. Fiver goes down and talks to Coach Hunter. I give him a moment here. A couple of foul tips, and he's hanging in there. No balls, 2 strikes to Trimble. Wesley Case from the stretch. Winning run 90 feet away. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball to second. This should do it. Brinkley up with it, throws to first, and we're going to the 11th. Nice job by Wesley Case to navigate that inning. It looked like the Apaches had him on the ropes, and he comes back and gets a couple of ground balls to send it to the 11th. We're tied at 3. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. 8, 9, and 1 for the Aggies from Murray State as we go to the top of the 11th inning.
Now batting, shortstop, number
Really
7,
good game here.
Javier
Wesley
Luna.
Case doing a great job of getting out of trouble there. Boy, it sure looked like the Apaches were going to come back and win this. And he gets 2 ground balls to get out of trouble. Lyle Hibbett's back on the mound. First pitch swinging, fouled down the first base line. And as the shadows grow, probably going to have to turn those lights on here in a minute. Not yet, though. Heath Hood out in left field, shading his eyes. Sun definitely a factor this time of day. 0-1 from Hibbett's. Almost got him. Javier Luna struck out looking his last time up. He's 0 for 4 in the ballgame. 8, 9, and 1 for Murray State. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Well, Murray State had a chance to extend the lead, and Hibbett's did a great job of minimizing the damage. And the Apaches had a chance to win the game. A little half swing. Eric Owen going to have to catch and throw on the run. He does so for out number 1. And I am totally out of room
Now batting, second baseman,
on
number
my
1,
sheet
Mason
to figure out where I'm going to write that. 4-3, and here's Mason Brinkley now. Brinkley, he's 0 for 4 on the day. Last time up, flew out to center field on a great play by Jacob Johnson. Fly ball left field, could be trouble, and you can't get it. Heath Hood dove for it, thrown all the way to the wall. Brinkley hits second. He's going for third. He's going to get there. It's a one-out triple here in the 11th for Mason Brinkley.
Now batting, center fielder, number 14.
Well,
Jared Octavio.
I don't know about that choice to dive there. In that situation, game was not on the line, but probably better served to maybe just take that on one hop. Part of the problem, he's out there shading his eyes. Might have thought he had a better jump and a better chance to catch it than he really did. So now you're going to walk Garrig Luck Octavio, who went yard last time.
Now batting, third baseman, number 20, Jonathan Brandon.
And so an intentional walk sets up the double play. And here's Jonathan Brandon. And you also got a right-on-right matchup. Well, you might see Octavio steal second here, or at least try to. Octavio on the year, 5 of 7 in stolen bases. No lead at first. First pitch in there, strike 1. This is Jonathan Brandon. Brandon 0 for 5. He struck out 4 times in this game. Well, very short lead by Octavio at first. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 11th inning. We're tied at 3. Murray State with first and third, 1 out. Lyle Hibbett's the pitch. High chopper. They're going to go foul on the third base line. Hibbett's works ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The third baseman, Jonathan Brandon. Brandon was 0 for 2 in the opener. It's been a rough day at the yard for the Aggie third baseman. 0 for 7 in the doubleheader. He struck out 4 times in this game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lyle Hibbett's needs a double play ball, an infield pop-up, or a strikeout here. Apaches have out-hit the Aggies 13-6, but we're tied and 3 in the run column. The 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner, fouled off. I thought you might see that sooner or later. As when you got a batter like Jonathan Brandon, who may be not having his best day at the plate, trying to stay out of a double play here. 1 ball, 2 strike. 1 out, 2 aboard. Murray State trying to get 1 out of 3 on the series and split the doubleheader today. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. High chopper. You come in and get it. You tag him. You throw to first. Safe at first. Bang, bang play. And, boy, that could have ended the inning. Coach Wren didn't like the call. The whole Apache dugout coming out. Coach Wren's walking towards the first base umpire. And that's a big run right there. It makes it a 4-3 game. Double play would have ended the inning. And, boy, he's a banger at first base. And you got to tip your cap to Jonathan Brandon. He hustled down the line and barely beat it out. Octavio ran into a tag there. Really what you need to do is stop when you run into second, force them to throw to first, and then tag you at second. So you don't want to run into a tag if you're on first base there, but Octavio did run into a tag. Coach Wren's going to, you better watch out. He might get tossed here. So
Catcher, number 11, Austin Garrett.
Now you got a runner at first, and you're now down another run. It's 4-3. And here's Austin Garrett. Garrett has walked 3 times. He's only 0 for 2 in 5 plate appearances. He has grounded out to short and struck out looking. He is catching in Game 2. He's a DH in Game 1. He's got 4 walks in the doubleheader. 0 for 2 in the opener. Lyle Hibbets from the stretch, the pitch. And that ball got away from Kendo Price. Well, it was a high pitch. I guess it's a wild pitch. And you go down to second now. Looked to be catchable. And Price, it went off his glove, but it was well out of the zone. I could go either way on that, pass ball or wild pitch. But either way, going down to second base is Jonathan Brandon. Aggies already lead at 4-3. Now you take that force play away from second. 1-0 pitch from Hibbets coming up. Off the plate, 2-0. 4-6-2 for the Aggies from Murray State. 3-13-1 for the Apaches. A 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 2-1. We're at the 3 spot in the Aggie lineup. 4-3 is our score. We're in the top of the 11th inning. Murray State has continued to come back and back and back here. They were trailing 2-0. Came all the way back to tie it. Took the lead. Apaches tied it in the bottom of the 10th. Wild pitch gets back to the screen. Over to third goes Jonathan Brandon. So Hibbets with a couple of wild pitches here. And now you got the 5th run 90 feet away. Boy, not unlike last inning, you try to keep it at 1 here if you possibly can. 3 balls and 1 strike to Austin Garrett. Jake Gray would be next. Hibbets from the stretch. The 3-1. Outside corner, 3-2. Well, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three, two outs. Bottom of the 11th. Hibbets with the pitch. Missed inside, he walked him. So Garrett draws the walk.
Now batting, first baseman.
First and third, 2 outs. Here's Jake Gray. Gray singled in his last at bat to left field. He's 1 for 5 on the day. Well, now you do have a force play. That walk really doesn't do much for you other than actually give you another option on a ground ball. Hibbets from the stretch. First pitch to Gray. Off the plate, ball 1. Four 4-3, Murray State leads it. Lyle Hibbets trying to keep it right there. Here's the pitch. Check swing, yes he did. Called a strike. Jake Gray was the catcher in the opening game. And he's been moved over to first base here in the second game. 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. The pitch. And same thing, he swung at it. Kind of half swings and then tries to stop himself. The barrel goes through the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Murray State first baseman Jake Gray. Lyle Hibbets trying to get the Apaches into the dugout. In the same situation they were in going to the 10th inning. They were down a run. They're down a run now. It's 4-3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase. And the Apaches will have to do the same thing, if not more, to continue the ball game. The Murray State Aggies get 1 run on, let's see here, 1 hit. They leave 2 on. We'll go to the bottom of the 11th. It's 4-3 Murray State. Welcome back to Mike Carter. We're getting some free baseball today here at the ballpark. We're in the bottom of the 11th inning. 8-9-1 for the Apaches. Kendall Price, Bryce Coveney, and then back to the top, Ty Meisner. Wesley Case on the mound for the Murray State Aggies. He came on in the 9th inning. Through the 9th and the 10th, and he's on for the 11th here. First pitch misses 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Tough play for Brandon. Backhands, throws across, off the bag. Well, I don't know. That could go either way on that. Ball was well hit by Price on the... I don't know. I'm going to give him a single. 1B5, and Price is aboard You're going to probably pinch run here for Price. Coach Wren telling the home plate umpire, you're going to have a runner over there, and I don't know who it's going to be. Runner's going to be Ben Zagelski. Zagelski now in the 8th spot. And you're kind of in survival mode here. As you got the leadoff runner aboard in a 1-run game in the 11th. And now it's Bryce Coveney at the plate. Coveney 1 for 4. Single to left way back in the 7th inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. Case has done a pretty good job of getting ahead of the Apache hitters since coming into the ballgame in the 9th. There's the bunt, and off the bat on the rebound. And it's quickly 0-2. Zagelski with pretty good speed over there. An 0-2 count. Wesley Case with a pretty quick move to the home plate. He's not a big leg kick guy. And, well, you might pitch out here if you're the Aggies, anticipating the steal. Just all kinds of cat and mouse games here going on in both dugouts. No balls, 2 strikes. Case, the pitch. And he shows bunt, pulls back, so the bunt was still in order. So the tying run at first base here in the 11th, and a 1-2 count with nobody out. Here's the pitch, and he hit him. The Apaches with their first 2 runners aboard here in the 11th. A single and a hit batter. Well, the drama continues. And now their assistant coach, who's now in charge of things, is coming in to talk to home plate umpire about something. Not sure there's a lot to discuss there. Coveney had squared around to bunt the ball, and the ball went right off his leg. I don't think there was any question as to not sure what that discussion was about there, but now you got the top of the lineup, Ty Meisner's 2 guys on, tying run at second, winning run at first, nobody out. Well, do you keep bunting here? Meisner, 2 hits in the ball game. Last thing you need is a double play. He's going to show bunt early. Here's the pitch. There's the bunt back to the pitcher. And you're thinking about third, but you go to first and you get the out. So the sacrifice works. Meisner with a good job moving the runners. So he'll get the sacrifice. Now you got second and third, and you got 2 chances to win it. Well, you got 2 chances to tie, I guess, or win. We're back where we were an inning ago. Second and third, 1 out. And you got Heath Hood and Eric Owen. Infield kind of looks confused as whether they're going to come in or not. They're kind of creeping in a little bit. They're in kind of even with the baselines. Hood with pretty good speed. A high chopper could tie it. First pitch is in there, strike 1. A base hit would have a chance to win it. 4-3, Murray State. Second and third with 1 out here at Mike Carter. And do you have some more Mike Carter magic here in the bottom of the 11th? Next pitch. In there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 out in the inning. Heath Hood on the day. 1 for 5. Last time up, he singled to center. Wesley Case, the freshman from Granbury, trying to pull another rabbit out of the hat here in the 11th. Line drive off the glove of the first baseman, and nowhere to go but first. And they got over to the plate. Here's the throw, and he's... Apaches are going to win it as the first baseman, Jake Gray, made the tag at first. I think he was out at first, but he got caught up in the moment, and he was on the ground. And in the interim, coming home to score the game-winning run was Bryce Coveney. And boy, what a crazy game this was from start to finish. It's only fitting that it ends up on a crazy play. Boy, Jake Gray, I thought that ball was going to go into right field. He knocked it down, thought about coming home. There was no play. The tying run scored. Gray had to dive to get the out at first base, and I think he called him out at first. So officially, Heath Hood is out on the 3U, but he'll get an RBI, and the game-winning run comes around to score on a very strange play here in the bottom of the 11th. So what a crazy game as the Apaches end up sweeping the doubleheader. They win their 7th game in a row. The Vulture winner is going to be Lyle Hibbets. Hibbets is going to take his record to 2-1. Wesley Case, the hard luck loser, drops to 0-3. And the Apaches win this ball game, and they'll win their 7th in a row. They go to 27-6 on the year. They sweep the 3-game series against Murray State Aggies. They'll win this one, 5 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for the Apaches. Murray State 4 runs on 6 hits. They commit 3 errors in the loss. By losing this ball game, Murray State will drop to 15-14 on the season. They will lose their 3rd game in a row. They came in having won 4 in a row, and the Apaches swept them here at Mike Carter Field. 4-0 last night, 5-0 in the opener, and then a dramatic come-from-behind win. They came from behind twice, once to tie it in the 10th and once to win it in the 11th. And what can only be described as a crazy ball game. Murray State going to meet out in left field as their head coach, Sam Borling, got thrown out in the middle of this ball game. And it looked like they had a chance to win this one as the leadoff hitter, Garrick Octavio, hit a home run to lead off the 10th inning. And the Apaches were able to match that run, take it to the 11th, and another run by Murray State in the 11th. And the Apaches come up with 2 runs in their half to win it in walk-off fashion. So crazy finish here at Mike Carter. Murray State will host Grayson tomorrow. Not a lot of time to lick the wounds. And then they'll start conference play this weekend. A Thursday, Saturday, 4-game series with Northern Oklahoma Takawa, who is now leading the conference in non-conference action. So again, a single game against Grayson tomorrow at the Ranch back in Tishomingo for Coach Borling and the Aggies. So our best wishes to Coach Borling and the Aggies. Safe travels back to Tishomingo. Got about a little over 3-hour trip in the bus. And a successful season as they start conference play. The Apaches have a couple of off days until they travel to Henderson State on Wednesday. And they will ride the wings of a 7-game winning streak. Their overall record now is 27-6. Again, Lyle Hibbets gets the win here in this one. So that'll wrap things up for Mike Carter. An eventful day. The Apaches win the opener 4-0. And they win this one in dramatic walk-off fashion by a score of 5-4. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, including athletic director Captain Chuck Smith, Assistant Athletic Director, Ms. Kelsey Weeks, Ms. Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at Wagstaff Gym. I appreciate Mr. Ed Atkins, our stat guy, keeping me on my P's and Q's. Noah Piles on the PA up here in the press box. And the whole crew up here doing a good job keeping us on our P's and Q's. The Apaches win a dramatic 5-4 affair in 11 innings here, and they won the opener 5-0, sweeping the 3-game series from Murray State. Until next time, this is Dr. John Gross signing off for Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. So long, everybody.